The 2025 NFL Draft is coming off of the LA Chargers, and they have done some interesting things. They've been bringing in 9 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft, and I'm here to break it all down for you. Let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the first 3 picks in our draft, round 1, 2, and 3. So start out with round 1. I mean, I really didn't even envision this particular, aspect of the draft falling this way, in all honesty. But that is the unpredictability of the draft, right? I had Omarion Hampton drafted or projected to the Chargers early on in the process, but as things filtered out, as needs became different, I didn't even envision an idea or a place where Omarion Hampton would ever fall to the Chargers at 22. I really did not. I just knew that he would never get past the Broncos at that pick, but they decided to take Jedi Barron at their pick, so he was able to be available at 22, and the Chargers jumped right on it. And I can't agree more about this pick. This is probably the best pick the Chargers have made in quite some time. I think going back to maybe Derwin James falling this far in the draft, falling to the Chargers back a few years ago will be the equivalent to getting this type of player. Like, it's impact player day one. 6 foot, 221 pounds, runs a 4.4 40. He's a prototypical running back. I mean, he is built for the NFL game, in all honesty. To me, he's the running back best built for the NFL. We're talking speed, power, quickness, short area agility. In this day and age where bell cow running backs are becoming less and less of a thing, a thing of the past, he brings that title back with a vengeance. In this offense, I envision him becoming the lead dog when it's all said and done. That might be a bit of a hot take, but I will say this. The Chargers may have not seen a running back of this talent level since Damian Tomlinson. He truly is going to be a staple for this offense and Justin Herbert for the foreseeable future. I really think this is a slam dunk pick. They could not mess this up. I think they had a lot of options to choose from at 22, and I think they chose what was ultimately right for this offense and getting a bell cow running back in the fold. So, Omarion Hampton, A+ grade. I can't argue at all with this pick. It was a great pickup. I mean, what can you say about it? He is going to be a playmaker day one. And I will argue now, you may say I'm going to be a homer because he's a Charger now, but I would argue that based upon his body type, his speed, his dexterity, his durability, I think he might be the best running back in his class. He could be rookie of the year. If he gets the touches that I think he might get come the fall, I think he might be rookie of the year. That's just a hot take. But I think that with his abilities, I think he's going to be a home run for the Chargers, bar none. Now, as glowingly as I feel about this first round pick, the second round pick is a little bit different. I'm going to be honest with you. The second round pick, we landed Tre Harris, wide receiver out of Ole Miss. Now, Tre Harris, to me, I was very shocked at this pick because when I seen him on tape and the combine and things of that nature, and I evaluated him, I completely and utterly took him off my board because I thought that the other receivers that I had in mind, hence why I thought the receiver would be the number one priority, the number one thing to go after in round one, because of the idea that the wide receiver class, talent-wise, wasn't deep. You got a lot of projects outside of the first 4 or 5 receivers that were ranked, right? So when Jaden Higgins went off early in the second round, I was like, ugh. I said, maybe we'll get a tight end, and Mason Taylor dropped, Terrence Ferguson dropped. So it was a little bit of a limited bag. That's why I suggested maybe trading up in the second round to be able to get a more prototypical or splash type of talent in fold. But they landed on Tre Harris. My issues with Tre Harris, in all honesty, it come from a rooted in what NFL wide receivers typically are. Now, I may be in a minority when I say this, but I'm lukewarm on this pick. Now, I take nothing from the kid. He can catch the ball when open. He's a great hands catcher. There's one thing I really harp on. He's contested ball greedy. He contested ball greedy wide receiver. He wants the ball and is determined to go get it. But when I understand what about successful wide receivers in this league, Tre does not have the traits to eventually be a number one wide receiver, in my honest opinion. He's not fast. He does not have the short area agility or short area quickness like a Cooper Kupp or Keenan Allen that would allow him to get open in short area spaces. Um, and he struggles, to get separation against big body cornerbacks, and he may struggle at again in this league, in the NFL, in this division especially. I think that he's going to be looking at the faces of Patrick Surtain, Trent McDuffie, Riley Moss, now even Jedi Barron, Darian Porter, who are new to the fold. Um, excuse me, him facing those particular guys, could struggle in man-to-man coverage, and I think that's what they will end up doing, because what the league will do to you is that when you can't, or you struggle with something, or you can't beat something, they're going to do that till you're blue in the face, or until you figure out a way to beat it. So what they're going to do is they're going to line up bigger and more high agility corners against him, and hopefully he can't beat them in man coverage. So that's my knock on him. In all honesty, I really think that he has basic athletic traits. I think that's the biggest problem I have with him. So if that can be improved slightly, you can work on certain things as far as footwork and things of that nature. The ability to run better routes, but athleticism is athleticism. That doesn't typically get better at this level, at this stage of the game. So I'm not as high on this pick as I would be in other picks. So I'm going to taper my expectations. But if he does get better, improve his route running, maybe his agility a little bit, he may be a household name, but I'm not confident, because his college tape shows me, nothing of the special variety. And I presume, when you draft a person in this high, you envision him as being your main guy going forward. So I have my reservations about him. Again, like I said, he's young, but athletic ability does not typically get better at this point. So I'm very lukewarm on this pick. Like I said, that's why I graded it at a C+. He's a physical specimen, but he lacks the traits, athletic traits, to be a number one wide receiver, in my opinion. If that's what you envision him being as a second round pick. And lastly, the third round, we got Jamari Caldwell. Now, Jamari Caldwell was an interesting pick because I wasn't expecting the Chargers to be able to grab him. I thought he might go earlier because his size and his build. He's definitely highly athletic for a 332, maybe 340-pound guy. I think he played around 340. He got around about 332 at the combine. So I think that him being here was an eye opener for me. I was eyeing CJ West at this level because I like how problematic he was in the run game. But Jamari is the next best thing. He's very quick and athletic, like I said, a 340-pound man. He's very impressive with a short area burst and short area quickness. I think he had a lead leading up to this. He had a 1.75 10-yard split for a 345-pound man. If you know combine numbers, that's great. If you saw his combine tape in open field, he moves really well. He has short area quickness. He has burst. He gets off the ball really well. Only problem I have with him is that he seems to, when he gets tired, tend to raise up and play high. Now, if you know the game of football, when you play high, you get blocked at a high level. You get blocked at a high clip if you do play, a high football, a high pad level football. So I understand that if he does not clean that up, or he does not work on his conditioning, that could be a problem for him. Low man wins in this game. I mean, that's really what it is. So if he got to stay low, keep his pad level low, and bull through blockers, he's going to be really, really effective. I understand that too. He had some weight issues at one point. I think he hovered around about 360 pounds at one point. That's a lot to carry for a defensive tackle, but assuming he keeps his weight down and keeps the conditioning in check, he's going to be a good run stopping a nose tackle for this particular team day one. I think he's going to be able to come in and ultimately be the number one guy in the middle and be able to clog up a lot of lanes and make the linebackers free to make a lot of plays in this defense. So I think Justin Minnick's happy with this pick. I think he's going to get a guy that's going to really be functional in an interior D line. He can and hopefully will improve his pass rushing tool bag to make him a 3-down interior lineman. But day one, you line him up early downs, early in the defensive snaps. He's going to be able to stop the run globally. So I like the pick. I think they did pretty well in this particular grade, and I do like his ability to start coming out day one. So I gave him a B+ grade. I think there's again, I didn't expect him to be there, so I didn't mock him in any of my mocks to be picked by the Chargers, but they got a blessing in disguise, and they got a really good guy here. So I think that this particular big man move is going to be good for the Chargers going forward. And what they sorely needed was a good run stopping DC, and they got one at the third round. So going forward, I'm going to be doing the picks. I'm going to be doing 3 in the next video, and to wrap up the week, I'm going to be doing the last 3 in the draft. So let me know in the comments how you feel about these draft picks. Let me know how you feel about my evaluation. Hit that subscribe button as always, and let me know how you feel about the channel, and never miss an upload. And as always, you got to remember to bolt up.